Right, and some breaking news coming in a bizarre incident. A 1.5-year-old girl fell from a jeep that was traveling through the forest and had a miraculous escape. The incident happened at Rajamala in Idukki on Sunday night. Now, parents didn't realize that the child had fallen on the road, but forest officials who found the girl on the road handed over the baby to the police. The parents learnt about the missing child only after reaching about distance of about 50 kilometers from the checkpost point. Miraculous escape for a 1.5-year-old child as she fell from the jeep, and her parents didn't realize that, and the young girl fell in fact in a forest land and had a miraculous escape. Now the girl had crawled to a forest office later, and the incident happened in Idukki on Sunday night. Parents were unaware that the child had fallen on the road, but forest officials who found her on the road later handed her over to the police. Now my colleague Vivek joins me with more details. Vivek, a real close shave for this young child.
The condition of the young child, the girl child, is that she is stable as of now. She sustained, she had minor injuries on her hand and also an injury on her head. But what we understand is that yesterday, near the Rajamala checkpost in Idukki, this incident happened around some 11:30 when the family was returning from Palani after a temple visit. They were on their way back to Kadanam in Idukki, and it was at this checkpoint that the mother just felt sleepy, and the child, which was on her lap, actually slipped away from her and fell on the ground. But the family was not able to recognize this because they were on the way to their hometown in Idukki. It was actually the range officers at that place who actually saved the child. The child managed to crawl for at least 4 to 5 meters from the place, and the range officer who just saw the kid, the 1.5-year-old kid, actually managed to take her and was taken to the nearby hospital, was given all the first aid treatment, and as soon as the parents reached their home in Idukki, it was at that point of time they even came to know that the child was missing. They filed a complaint. It was later, by around some 8 o'clock in the morning, that they came to know that the child was rescued in the Rajamala checkpost, and they got a very, very surprising. And also, it is like, the parents were very lucky to make sure that the child was not injured or grievously injured, and somehow they managed to get back their child. This is, an incident that happened in Idukki and has caught the surprise of many people, because especially in a speeding jeep, when a child just falls down, there are, especially a 1.5-year-old child, and at that point of time, it was the police officers, especially the range officers, who were awake at that point of time, somehow, managed to get the baby and, take her to the hospital and somehow make sure that, no untoward incident happened there.
Right, a miraculous escape for the young toddler. Vivek getting us all those details. Thanks so much for joining me.